Ooh, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing some Microsoft Flight Sim 24. Long awaited.
There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
Currently, we are going through the story mode, I guess, the career.
Here you can see all the different certifications you can pass throughout your career. Your first step is to work towards your private pilot
So
license.
far, game is on point. Loving every second of it.
All the training lessons you'll need to pass the PPL exam are available here. Make sure you're comfortable with these before taking the exam.
Beautiful game. So far, it is absolutely gorgeous. Microsoft did not disappoint so far. Mind you, it's very early and I've only done one mission to try to figure this out. But, loving it. Graphics are insane.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode. The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar at the top of the screen. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the controls panel. The controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar. The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now. Alright, as we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see. Even through a window to look outside. Now, reset the camera to its original position. Alright, that covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation. Try to familiarize yourself with them a bit more, then reset the camera to its original position whenever you're done. Great.
So far, we are just doing some certification, so we are able to do some missions. Because apparently you need to do this before you're able to start any sort of mission.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer while you pull on the yoke. You can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections. For coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You will find it on your PFD screen in the top left corner. This tells you how fast the engine is spinning in hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right on your PFD screen. Not all aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments. You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They are respectively on the left and right. The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
Beautiful, beautiful game.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. but we're losing airspeed, proving you can avoid basic physics while making a climb. Excellent. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Now, let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable. All right. That's good. That's okay. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. Great. That's good. Keep working on it, you'll get better. Okay, bring us back to level flight. Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable. Nice. That's good. That's okay. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
It's a little bit on the like the touchy side, which is nice. I mean, I'm sure it mimics. I mean, the graphics are 10 times better than the last. But as it sits right now, loving it. Absolutely loving it. The B is not bad. Kind of really liking this training thing. It's actually a nice addition to the career mode. Truthfully, I was mega giddy when this finally dropped because I've been waiting for this
For this lesson,
so long.
we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the crew's attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank. That's good. Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now, let's see you level back out. All right. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop. That's good. Level us back out now. Great. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
I'm gonna be a certified pilot here in no time. It is a very good game though so far. They've added quite a bit of cool stuff onto this. So far, there's no Microsoft store, like the store yet, but it will be here soon, and I believe anything that you purchased will be in the store from Microsoft Flight Sim 20.
If you have the need for speed, then the throttle's for you.
I think it all transfers
full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 172, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer on the PFD. Pull back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800. Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. Excellent. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2,400 RPM. Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well. Keep working on it, you'll get better. You did well, but you can do better. Practice getting comfortable with the relationship between the throttle and RPM.
Oh, yes, this is gorgeous.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. Nice. All right, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. That's good. Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate. You did well, but you can do better.
I find the Cessnas are very touchy. Like their flight, like their controls are very touchy.
Hello. Today we're going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine. Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it. You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff. And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside. Let's get to the matter at hand. You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight plans and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features. The EFB features an interactive map, a flight plan editor, aircraft and current flight information, a nav log, as well as fuel and payload options. The EFB has plenty to offer, but if you want to get directly into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour. It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up. Now that we've covered all the preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
That one was pretty simple. Hey, pre-flight, look at that. I'm a certified pilot here soon.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Watch your speed. All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed. Watch your speed. Watch your speed. After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point, in prep for takeoff.
They did such a good job with these, though.
You've mastered that lesson. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
Look at that! A+. The only thing I have to really work on there is my ground speed. Because that is difficult in this thing. This game is pretty good though.
There's an old saying I like, a mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway. And to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two numbers of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good.
Okay, I did
no
not know
cross
that.
traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position. Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
I thought they were just random numbers painted on the runway.
Excellent. All right, let's do this. Apply full power, and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go. Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. Good. Now, gently pull back on the yoke. And we're airborne. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. Maintain 75 knots, and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw plane as when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD's slip skid indicator. Maintain 75 knots and climb to 5,500 feet. Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. That was a nice takeoff.
That was a beautiful takeoff, if I do say so myself. Pat myself on the back. Totally kidding. Landing. This is where I'm gonna crash, guaranteed. This thing is hard to maneuver.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does. We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
That was terrible because I accidentally pushed the wrong button. Let's retry that one more time. I'd like to get at least a B. Let's try again, shall we?
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast. Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does. We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. Well done, but there's room for improvement.
Well, there's room for improvement,
Keep
but
in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
as long as I got a B, I will be happy. B, look at that. Perfect. Flaring the aircraft need to work on. That's okay. Landing and throttle management. Now this could be fun.
In the first part of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land. Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. That was excellent.
Excellent as in A, excellent? Any thought? Any thought? Oh, yes. Landing. I thought we just did a landing. Oh, it's such a beautiful game, though.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. That was excellent.
That was a beautiful landing. Absolutely beautiful. Butter.
Okay, we're currently flying on the downwind leg, at the standard traffic pattern altitude of 6,000 feet. It's a flight path parallel to the landing runway, but in the opposite direction. In downwind, you want to start preparing for landing. That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. We are passing the end of the runway, so go ahead and reduce RPM to 1700. It will help you to slow you down to 80 knots and begin your descent. The flaps provide extra lift at the expense of additional drag. This extra lift allows flying at a lower airspeed. Flaps allow for smoother and shorter landings. Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps, all while maintaining current speed. will turn to the base leg when the end of the runway is at a 45-degree angle behind us. Turn left onto the base leg. Try to keep our speed around 75 knots. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. Turn left onto final. Make your left turn onto final. Keep a stabilized approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust the glide slope. Apply the brakes and stop the plane. You followed the traffic pattern well. Good job.
It was a rough landing. That was a very rough landing.
It's time. Your first solo flight. I'll be watching from the ground, in radio contact if you need me, but something tells me you won't. Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember everything we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck. See you on the other side. You did well, but you can do better. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
B, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take it. Just a B. Look at this. Headquarters. Private pilot's license. Certification.
It's time. Your first ever check ride. Start by removing the covers and chocks, then join me inside.
TOS system test. Okay.
Your goal is to complete a left-hand traffic pattern, respecting the flight path and all required speeds. Rely on what you have learned in your trainings and you'll be fine. Now show me the best traffic pattern that you've got.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Echo Mike X-Ray is taxiing to runway 25. Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Echo Mike X-Ray, taking off runway 25 left closed traffic. Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Echo Mike X-ray 1 mile south 2,900 feet inbound to land runway 25. Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Echo Mike X-ray is on final runway 25 to land.
Oh.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Echo Mike X-ray is taxiing to parking.
What do you think? That's a fail, right? Had to have been a fail.
Congratulations. You're on your way to become one hell of a pilot.
Oh, a pass! Look at that! Damn! Private pilot's license.
Congratulations on passing your PPL exam. Hopefully that's the first of many steps on your career path. Your PPL allows you to fly recreationally and begin to build up your flight hours. First flight missions are a great way to increase your experience. Let's go back to headquarters and review the Specializations board to learn more. As you can see, the career journey of a pilot can take many different paths. As I said earlier, your PPL is the first step, allowing you to fly recreationally and perform as you build up your flight hours and earn more certifications. Other specializations will become available. Take a look around.
All right, this
then
is
when you're ready,
a
head to the
pretty
missions
wicked
list
game.
to see what's available. On this map, you can see all the missions currently available. There's one mission currently available.
Send the guests.
TOS system test.
Well noted.
Okay.
What a perfect day to try something new. Today, you're flying with one of our friends, Jessica, over our very own region. She's got her grandma with her. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Let's go, Captain.
Seatbelts. Okay.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot India Yankee uniform is taxiing to runway 25.
Hi. Thanks for taking us aboard. I'm Jessica. I'm thrilled to fly over Falaire with you. This is where Granny was born, so it's kind of special for us today. Nice to meet you. I'm Jennifer. I'm hanging out with Jessica for this flight. Pretty exciting.
Well, I am your captain. This is my first flight, so we may make it, we may not. We don't know, but it'll be a fun excursion for the both of us.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot India Yankee uniform taking off runway 25 straight out departure.
We are going to do a quick little jog down the runway here. We'll turn around and we will have you fine folks up in the air in no time. We really hope you enjoy your flight today. Yeah, pretty new aircraft, very new pilot. You're getting a double whammy. And I didn't do a pre-flight, so I mean, yeah, we hope to God this new aircraft is. We'll do a quick little turnaround here. And we're off.
Wow, we're flying.
Little windy up here.
People are looking up at us. Hey! Hey! Now the city. Never expected to see all this.
I wouldn't
Great
really,
seeing the world from this angle.
wouldn't really call Falera a city, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hey, I can see my house.
Are you sure? Too bad. I think I missed it.
I can't even explain how happy I am to be sharing this with you. It means so much to me. I want to remember every moment of this.
take a picture.
I don't want to leave this seat.
Well, you gotta. You only paid for the 45-minute flight, so... I mean... You can buy more time, I guess, but... You're soon gonna have to... vacate.
Look! The world's at our feet.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot India Yankee uniform 4 miles west 2,900 feet inbound to land runway 25.
It is windy as shit up here.
When we took off, I thought there should have been a drum roll or something.
It's a little turbulent. So hold on to your hats. I mean, she's yeah, she's a little bit on the turbulent side.
I see you're on your way back, guys. So, Jessica, did you enjoy the ride? You ready to do it again?
A lot of emotions right now. All I know is I'm eager to fly again soon.
You made our day, Captain.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Remember, we do accept tips, so... Why are you staring at me? You're making me pretty uncomfortable right now.
What's that weird jolt?
Are we going down?
No.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot India Yankee uniform is on final runway 25 to land.
Butter.
A bit
Shaky, but I'm totally excited right now.
No need to be shaky. We're on the ground. I get it. It was a little rough. That's okay. Like I said, I'm a first-time pilot, so these are like my first ever passengers.
Charlie Foxtrot Mike 4 traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot India Yankee uniform is taxiing to parking.
The only other passengers I had was my instructor and the person who did my exam.
Always cool to see your own region from a new perspective. Looks like they enjoyed it. That was a great flight seeing session. Cool.
Alright, well thank you very much. Get the hell out of my plane and I got a bad weather bonus because it was windy as shit up there. Got an A. Nice, thank you. Any tip? Three levels. Nice.
Nice work completing your first mission.
Thank you.
Continue building your flight hours by completing more missions, and you'll be ready to move on to your CPL in no time.
Thank you. I just want to actually fly them fighters, so that's all I really want to do.
Here's all the first flight missions available right now. Take your pick which one you want to tackle.
Head into GP. Alright. We can do that, absolutely. We're gonna depart in Grand Prairie. Where are we departing from? Client. Grand Prairie Flying Club. Alright, we can do that. Give us some money. front. Move that. Move that. Just gonna do a quick flight check. 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 Back to front. Check. Nice. Good. Good. Tires. Good. 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 Looks good. Door opens. Door closes. Okay. Looks like we have checked everything.
Ready for boarding, Andrew. Well noted.
Ready for a quick spin around the area? Your guest today is Michael. He's got his stepmother with him. We know them well here and wanted to treat them to a flight over their place for a while. Seatbelt fastened? Then you're all set. Let's go, Captain.
Charlie Yankee Quebec uniform, traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Hotel is taxiing to runway 30.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm Michael. Never had the chance to fly over Grande Prairie before, and I'm thrilled. So I'm counting on you to show me lots of cool stuff around my place.
Nice to meet you. I'm Louise. I'm hanging out with Michael for this flight. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice flight. It's gonna be a little bumpy, so just be prepared for that.
Charlie
When do
Yankee
we start?
Quebec uniform traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Hotel, taking off runway, tree 0 east departure.
Alright, hang on.
Hey, this is something else.
You must feel like the king of the world when you fly over our beautiful region at sunset. Definitely need to try that someday.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I'm not on the road in Grand Prairie, so I mean, anything's better than anything. Being on the ground in GP is another thing, but
This is so much more amazing than I expected.
yeah, I mean, it's a nice view. The weather is a little bit windy up here, so we're gonna have a little bit of shaking, but you should be okay.
It's so quiet up here, so peaceful.
It is very quiet, you're right. The plane's a little noisy, but it's quiet, it's peaceful. You're right, it is nice.
I know we're up really high, but it's totally fine.
You wanted to fly, so I mean... you're
Hey,
gonna
it's
be
shaking.
I'm not shaking. Told you it's a little windy. For sure.
Do you see the rooftops of Division 19 over here? Awesome.
Everything down below looks so tiny.
Well, you're 3,100 feet in the air. So, I mean, it's gonna look quite small. Set speed of 87, so we want to be at 87 knots. Why? I don't know.
Hey, that's my house. And my neighbors. I feel like I want to wave.
Are you sure? Yes, I can see it too. This flight is full of surprises.
I'm so happy we're sharing this moment together. It's making me feel so nostalgic.
You said that was your stepmom, right? Alright. I get it. No judgment here.
You must know our region like the back of your hand, Captain.
I see you're on your way back, guys. So, Michael, did you enjoy the ride? You ready to do it again?
So exhilarating.
You made our day, Captain.
Well, thank
Charlie
you.
Yankee Quebec Uniform Traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Hotel is on final runway, tree 0 to land.
Buttery smooth landing for a perfect finish.
See that? Buttery smooth. Better get a tip, by the way. Last guy didn't give me a tip. I'm here flying everybody around, and I haven't got anything. I got some XP, some flight hours, but I mean, you know, a little bit of cha-ching here would be nice. So just remember that before you get out. What are we doing? Brought me all the way over here to turn around and go back down here. The fuck? I think ATC is a little drunk, so just bear with us. Luckily, this airport is very quiet and not many planes land here. It's Grand Prairie, so.
Charlie Yankee Quebec uniform, traffic Cessna Charlie. Foxtrot Whiskey Alpha Hotel is taxiing to parking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just taxiing to the gate. And we will have you off this plane in no time. The fact that it leaves black marks on the runway now when you're doing that, stopping, that's nice to see.
No easy to impress the locals, but I see they're smiling. That's cool, well done.
plus, baby. Well, A plus in my opinion. It's pretty close to S.
You've built up enough flight hours to be eligible to take your CPL. If you pass your CPL, you can begin to get paid for successful missions.
Alright. Well, let's do my CPL. Unless you guys think that I should just do a free flight. It's up to you. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do a free flight. We can come back to this later. We don't want to do a Cessna. Let's do a jetliner or something cool. I haven't even looked at the new planes they have in here yet. Oh, well, that's cool. That's the firefighting one. Oh wow, 737 Max. What the hell is that? Airbus. What is this one? Yeah, let's do that. And let's do departure from, we'll do a YEG. No, YEG. Not whatever this is. What's YED? We'll do runway. We'll do set as departure. And then arrivals, let's go to number 22. Just test out some planes, that's all. I'll start doing my exams and stuff here shortly again.
Edmonton Tower, Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Golf ready at runway 30 west departure. Edmonton Tower, Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha, Charlie Golf. Continue for west departure. Edmonton Tower, Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha, Charlie Golf frequency change. Edmonton Center, Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha, Charlie Golf is type Airbus, 3 miles west of Edmonton, 4,200 feet. Request flight following. Squawk 0412 Airbus Alpha Charlie Golf. Roger Airbus Alpha Charlie Golf. Edmonton Center Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Golf 5 miles west of Edmonton. Request IFR to Grant County. Ready to copy.
I'm loving the radio system on this now. Doesn't sound so, like, robotic.
Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Golf. Cleared to Grant County Airport as filed. Squawk 0412.
What? What? What's your problem? Oh shit. Oh shit, going down.
Turn right heading 2000.
Oh,
Only
shit,
navigation
oh,
climb.
shit.
And maintain 8,300 feet Airbus Alpha Charlie Golf.
This thing is hard to fly. This thing does not want to climb. Oh shit. Let's restart this. That was not good.
Edmonton Tower, Airbus Charlie. Foxtrot Alpha Charlie Golf at runway 30 ready for departure to the west.
Alright. What do we got? Let's go back. This thing's hard to fly. Like, it's not even... I do want to see if the helicopters are a little better in this game than they were in the last one. Let's see some flight schedules. The controls.
Edmonton Center Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, is type 1 miles east of Charlie Echo Bravo, Fife, 2,400 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, Edmonton Center. Squawk 4641.
Squawk 4641 Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo radar contact 1 mile southwest of Charlie Echo Bravo 5, 3,600 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger, Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo contact Edmonton Center on 134.5. Good day.
134.5 for Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo. Edmonton Center Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, 5,400 feet.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, Edmonton Center altimeter 29.92 continue as planned.
What else you got in there that you don't want me to see? Whatever. I don't care. Pretty good. Where are you getting it shipped to, though? I just don't know if it's going to show up in time because the Canada Post strike, right? They don't have, nowhere has these things, though. And I don't really want to spend... Yeah, but you also said other shit helps, and it didn't. But I mean, whatever. Get it what you want. But I don't know if it's because of Canada Post strike, right? Most of the time. But depends. They might be smart enough not to ship through Canada Post, as because there's make you a deal. You keep doing this for a few minutes, you can have it. I said you keep doing this for a few minutes, you can have it. Yeah, whatever. Everything. Well, there's some new airplanes, which is cool. The thing I'm really liking, though, is the like they're able to do missions and shit. No, I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to. I'm gonna try that right now. What's that? I like massages. Yeah, I haven't tried to land on water yet.
Thunder Bay Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, at runway 07 ready for departure, departing straight out.
This plane's actually really nice. One of those, like the water bomber. Yeah, it's a water bomber. It would be nice if we actually had an effect when you're try it.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Thunder Bay Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo frequency change.
I'm sure they
Winnipeg
did.
Center Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo is type 3 miles southeast of Charlie 4 Oscar Bravo Fife, 800 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra, Charlie Uniform Echo, Winnipeg Center. Squawk 4045.
Center Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo is type 4 miles south of Charlie Lima for Yankee Alpha, 800 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra, Charlie Uniform Echo, Winnipeg Center. Squawk 1564.
Squawk 1564 Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo radar contact tree. Miles south of Charlie Kilo Echo 6, 600 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Winnipeg Center Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo is type 5 miles southeast of Charlie Kilo Echo 800 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra, Charlie Uniform, Echo Winnipeg Center. Squawk 45 Tree 5.
Squawk 45 Tree 5 Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra, Charlie Uniform, Echo Radar, contact 5 miles.
Yeah. I'm just checking out planes now. Yeah, I know. Not yet. So it will automatically, like when because the game's so new, the marketplace isn't open yet. But when the marketplace is open, it will. I'll have it again. What is this plane? That's not a real plane. How the hell would that even fly? Really? I think it's probably like a cargo plane. I don't know. We're gonna see what it looks like. We will. I don't even know how that thing would fly. Yeah. It's like so oddly shaped, I wouldn't think it would fly. How many whales have you seen flying? Exactly. What the fuck is this thing?
Toronto Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo ready for departure to the east at runway 15 left.
how much speed you would need to get this thing off the ground. I don't even know if I'd be able to get this thing off the ground. Oh yeah, it's off the ground. Like, look at the wings compared to the body weight. It looks so silly.
Toronto Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo frequency change. Toronto Approach Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, is type 3 miles southeast of Toronto, 1,400 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, Toronto Approach.
Okay.
Squawk 4466.
Squawk 4466, Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo radar. Contact 5 miles east of Toronto, 2,800 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
That's not right. East makes you like...
Roger, Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo. Toronto Approach Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wonder if you can sink or just land on the water. Yeah. No. Oh shit. I forgot to change the time.
Toronto Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, at runway 23 ready for departure. Depart.
Settings. Average flight model. Nope. Advanced options. Nope. 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 Well, that sucks.
To the west.
Oh wow, they did a pretty good view of the cockpit. Can't remember. Is it this?
low, terrain, too low, terrain, too low, terrain.
Toronto Tower Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo frequency change. Toronto Approach Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo, is type 2 miles west of Charlie Papa Alpha 5, 1,300 feet. Request flight following.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo Toronto Approach. Squawk 7575.
Squawk 7575 Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo radar contact 2 miles southwest of Charlie Papa Alpha 5 2,000 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo. Toronto Approach Rescue 1 Romeo Echo, Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo 3 miles south of Charlie Papa Alpha 5. Request IFR to Ottawa, ready to copy.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo is cleared to Ottawa Airport as filed. Squawk 7575.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo Sierra Charlie Uniform Echo cleared to Ottawa Airport as filed. Squawk 7575.
Rescue 1 Romeo Echo.
Turn left heading 065. Proceed on course descend and maintain 2,800 feet.
And I think Flight Sim just crashed. Well, that'll be enough for me for now. Thanks for watching if you watched.